welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming a tutorial on this look right here, this blue dark smoky eye with a pop of glitter. I just love this look. It's like a fun pop of color in the middle and it makes my eyes look so big. So normally when you do a smoky eye, it makes your eyes look smaller, but with the technique used with the pop of color in the center, it really opens your eyes. If you have little bitty eyes like me, you're gonna love, love, love this tutorial. I used the one palette, the Dare to Dream palette, which is bomb AF. Like, I've literally never used a palette so good for such a good price point. You get all these shadows in here and I wanna say it's like 35 bucks. I love all the colors. They're so creamy and buttery, so I went ahead and showed how I contoured a little, but primary focus of this tutorial is for the eyeshadow. So without further ado, if you wanna see how you get this look, please keep watching.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start with the transition shade. There's numerous transition shades in this palette. So I'm taking that one with pinky undertones, and I'm gonna push that into the crease with a 224 brush from MAC. From outer corner to inner corner using circular motions and windshield wiper motions. Then going in with the Morphe M513 brush in that fuchsia shade, I'm putting that underneath that original transition shade and I'm just building up that color. So I dipped into that pink about 2 to 3 times and I'm just putting that from inner corner to outer corner, then going back in with that MAC 224 brush to blend out the harsh lines. Then taking those 2 shades at the top, I'm taking a MAC 217 brush and I'm going to go ahead and push that underneath the fuchsia shade, and I'm going to really build this color up to prepare ourselves for the dark blue I'm going to put on top of that later. But I'm just building that up using circular motions and windshield wiper motions, then going back in with the fuchsia shade, whatever was left on the brush, just to blend out those edges, and then the same with that MAC 224 brush. Now taking the Morphe E17 brush, I'm going to take that dark blue and really pack it on the inner corner and the outer corner so we have a nice halo effect. And I'm just going to pack that on, and then I'm going to go back in with that brush that had the dark purple shades on them to blend out those edges. Then taking that brush with the fuchsia and blend out those edges, and so on and so forth. You see the pattern we're going here. The whole point is to blend out all the edges so we have no harsh lines. I'm going to take a Sigma E55 brush and pack on that black shadow there, and then we're just going to blend it out with the brush that had the blue on it. And we're just going to do this to make sure we build up the color and make sure we don't take that black too high. Then taking the MAC 242 brush and that Tarte Shape Tape in medium, I'm going to put that in the middle to make sure the blue that we put on top is really vibrant. You don't necessarily have to do this step. You could just use Fix Plus, but I just wanted it to be super vibrant and really show up. So that's what I did. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use the same brush. I flipped it over and I'm using just patting motions to pack it on there, and then swiping motions towards the top to really define that edge at the top. And I did add a little Fix Plus to add an extra shine in the center. Then taking that E17 brush from Morphe with a little more blue eyeshadow on there to blend out the edges. You don't want any harsh line, guys. That's the whole point with this look. You just have to keep blending and blending. I know there's a lot of steps, but if you take the steps, it'll turn out perfect. Okay, taking that heavy metal glitter liner from Urban Decay and using that same 242 brush from MAC and just packing that on the center to add just a pop of glitter. I think that tied the look together so nicely. And then I'm just going in with the brushes we used before to blend out the harsh lines. Taking that Colossal Big Shot mascara by Maybelline, it's the Makeup Shayla mascara she came out with. Go ahead and put that on there. And then we're going to take that eye makeup remover to erase any of the fallout we had underneath your eyes. It's very important to go in with your shadow first when doing this look, just because there's a little fallout with those shadows. Again, taking the Makeup Shayla Lashes by Flutter, and I'm putting those on. They're my favorite. I have them in my favorites video. I just think they're so cute for this look, cute and flirty, and the eyes are done, guys. Moving on, I went ahead and did my foundation already. I used the Milani 2-in-1 foundation, the foundation and concealer in one or whatever. And I put that all over my face, and then I'm going to go ahead and contour with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Palette in medium to tan. And I use those 2 colors, and I'm just using a duo fiber brush from MAC to go ahead and dust that all over my face. And I'm also using it to contour my nose. So I do this before I go in with concealer, because I think concealer kind of cleans up any messy lines that we had. So I'm going to use that BECCA Under Eye Brightening Corrector first before I go in with the concealer, just because it helps conceal my dark circles underneath my eyes. And you can really use your fingers or whatever you want to use to put that underneath your eyes. Then going in with Tarte Shape Tape in medium. And I'm just going to put that everywhere you want highlighted. And then I first go in with that Morphe brush, that G2 brush, to go ahead and pack that concealer into the skin. And then I'll take my beauty sponge from Morphe to blend it out. This way, I feel like I get the most coverage, and the sponge won't absorb all the product initially because we use that brush to push into the skin. And then I'm just using the fat side that had foundation on it to blend out all the harsh lines. Taking my favorite setting powder from Sacha Buttercup, the banana powder, I'm using that beauty sponge from Morphe to really bake that underneath my eyes. I like pressing it into the skin to make sure that concealer stays in place and stays highlighted. So I'm putting that wherever I put the concealer. Then I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush from Morphe and just dust any powder that I just put a little powder on that brush and dust all over my face to make sure all the cream products were set. So when we go in with our Pro Bronze Fusion from Makeup Forever, it doesn't stick to any patches, if that makes sense. So we're just going to dust that in the hollows of my cheeks, on top of my forehead to make it look smaller, and underneath the chin to make sure I erase that double chin I'm getting from pregnancy. Then taking a MAC 217 brush and just going to go ahead out and carve my nose out just to make sure it's a little contoured. And then I went ahead and took a little more powder and put that underneath the contour to really define it. Okay, taking a flat definer brush from Morphe, I'm taking that dark blue shadow from that Dare to Create palette, and I'm pushing that up against the lash line. Then taking that fuchsia shade and that little pencil brush from Morphe as well, I'm pushing that underneath that blue shade to really blow it out. You just want to go back and forth until you get a nice gradient, if that makes sense. Then I took that black eyeshadow and really packed that into the waterline as my eyeliner. I find that when you do that, it lasts longer than eyeliner. It's my favorite thing to do. Then taking that Kat Von D highlighter and use the blue sapphire highlight shade to really push that into the inner corner. I just thought that blue tied in this whole blue look, and it was really popping. And I went ahead and dust away that powder as well. Then taking that glitter liner again and putting that in the inner corner, and it just added more highlight because who doesn't want to be glittery. I'm going to go ahead and set that powder with my MAC Fix Plus. I like doing this now because it allows all those powder products to set into my face. Then once my skin dries, I'm going to go on with blush, and this is Lovejoy by MAC, my favorite blush of pretty much all time. Then taking that highlight from MAC, I cannot remember the name, I'll make sure I link it down below. It came out with the holiday collection a few years ago, and I'm putting that in all the high points of my face, and like down my nose, my chin, my cupid's bow, and my cheekbones. Then taking Fenty Beauty's Trophy Wife highlight, and I just literally tap a little on top of that, and literally it's my dream highlight, like I'm obsessed. Then I'm going to reset my face again with Fix Plus and the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist all over the face. Next we're going to go in with Velvet Teddy from MAC, their matte lipstick, and top it off with Marc Jacobs Skin Deep lip gloss, which is my favorite combo right now. I just thought this was perfect. So it's a nude and the eyes are bold, so there you have it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye.